is it that uses one of their starters in special teams?
Taysom Hill? Saints?
The Saints?
Oh, I see. You say no. We just saw it today. The Niners. That's because he was a special teams guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Tony Romo was taking the snaps, and he was when he was the mid-season. I guess after 5-6 games, he became the starting quarterback. But he was always as the backup. He was the holder. So in that Seattle game in the playoffs,
I know, and I know that's kind of a silly thing to point out, but it's more about the fact that if we can do something like that, I think that that's a way where we can, again, get more bang for our buck, because right now we are in desperate need of a lot of talent real cheap. We got a lot of guys to sign, and we need these guys to come through. And unfortunately, a lot of our draft talent has come either very expensive or hasn't quite measured up the way we want it to. So it's forced us to go back into the free agent market and spend more money again.
Yeah. No,
Think Tristan Hill.
Yeah.
Think even Amari Cooper. First round pick, you usually don't pay for a few years. We got Amari Cooper, you basically have to pay him right away. Anyway, that's all. Let me see. Who has a degree? I don't know.
So we're going to be discussing this topic above my head right here, guys.
So, and we're about to kick it off the roundtable here shortly as well. So again, guys,
Literally
thank you for joining us here. Make sure to stick around. We're going to, first of all, hear everyone's thoughts on, of course, our new coaching move. I said the last roundtable we had, Jason Garrett technically, to get technical again, technically hadn't been officially let go. He was let go about 12 hours later. So, I mean, that's basically more or less what happened, or I guess about a day later. I don't know. It was a late roundtable. So, but point is, he's basically gone. Here we are. Yeah, we kind of knew he was out the door anyway, but Mike McCarthy
it wasn't official at the time.
Mike McCarthy was still not official, so I'm curious.
I think we had some interviews as well already done. Whether it was Martin Lewis already had been done, and McCarthy had been done. That late night they had, remember? So,
defense rounds 1 to 12. Other than receiver, tight end, and alignment, that's what I would look at on offense. That is it, honestly. Anyways. I'm gonna get this thing set up, guys. Let me cut the video on this side. As you can see, roundtable right now setting up, ready for this thing, guys. Yeah. And we'll be bringing it to you here. Much love to everybody in the house. What are they all gonna do? Gotta hit that like button.
Subscribe down below. Hit the bell so you don't miss when we're live. We're here daily. User full updates on the Cowboys, and of course, we're gonna. So.
Hey guys, we're also in a place called Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter, guys. Follow all social media: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And if you do Instagram and Twitter and you subscribe here, you are entering the raffle. Make sure you follow that link.
Link is down below. Go ahead and check that out. But let's go ahead. Let's roll into the roundtable here.
Yeah, we're gonna roll into the divisional round game here. Just get a quick update on it. There it is. As you can see, fourth quarter, 6:25. Lamar Jackson trying to get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions here. And to see if they come back. It ain't gonna happen. But it is gonna happen. Yeah, a table of the round table, guys. So let me. No squares, just the round table, and that's what it's about tonight. And we're gonna talk about Mr.
Nah, it ain't snowing no more. Let's stop. Long time ago. What's up, guys? Hey, appreciate y'all joining us, man.
The chat's rolling.
Yeah. Let's see. Haley94, what's up?
Waiting on my Cowboys family to
texted Garrett to F off.
Slide on through.
I'm not sure if you were here, but
please playoff games, man.
The way that Jay Slater said it was that basically a player felt that they had the ability to, because they were upset about something, to go over Jason Garrett's head and text Jerry. Now, how many players on this team, would have Jerry's personal cell phone number that are close enough with him? Because I can't imagine every single player.
I can imagine that if a player needed to talk to him, they'd probably be able to
I'm sure they'd be able to get it.
Someone would contact Jerry Jones for it.
I'm sure, but again, at least that's not the way it was phrased. Right. That's all I have to say.
I get you.
So the way that it makes it seem is this player just completely over. It's not like they were mad and they talked to the office or whatever. It's like Garrett didn't do something I wanted, so I'm going to tell you, Jerry. I don't know. I personally think it was probably Jason Wynn. That's just me.
That's a good guess.
But of course, this is, and I hate to say it because then people say, "Oh, you're starting rumors. You're talking shit." No, it's just my opinion.
You're educated.
My thoughts. Oh, Ravens. So let me see. Exactly. Ron Smith said, "All I have to say, love the changes going on. I like having Mike McCarthy as a head coach. All the changes he's doing at our coaching staff, I have a good feeling." Exactly.
Those are facts, right?
I know they won't all work out, but so far, I'm excited to see what he does. One of the weird little criticisms I've heard so far, though, let me hear what you guys have to say about this, Cowboy Nation. So Mike McCarthy obviously got rid of John Kitna, but he still technically hasn't spoken to Dak. So people are saying, he should have spoken to Dak first. He should have let him know. There should have been some communication there. I don't think it's that much of a big deal because obviously staff-wise, he kind of does what he wants.
I'm sorry, guys. I hear your voice.
There you go.
We're here now with 1980. I think he should be out here in a minute. There he is.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Football news. What's up, man? God dog it. Can you hear me, dog?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I am good. I'm blessed to be here, man. It's Saturday. It was snowing.
Very blessed.
It was snowing this morning in Texas, guys. It was 78 degrees yesterday. 78 degrees. It was almost hot. And clouds, overcast, it started coming in, started rolling in. And it started raining and hailing a little bit. Luckily, everybody was at the house, so we were good. And then it got cold overnight. It dropped to about like 20s, 30s. And it started, my wife woke me up this morning. She was like, it's snowing. I was like, oh my God. So the news report, they weren't lying. They said we were going to get all 4 seasons within 2 days. And that's what happened. I was like, oh my God, crazy. Man, you just never know what the day is going to bring you. But hey guys, round table, man. Appreciate y'all letting me join in my Cowboys family. Got football news on here. Wish we could have DJ on here, 5th quarter Cowboys, but he's a working man. He's busy out there on the road, so hopefully he's safe. And but man, a lot of changes, guys. How do y'all feel? I know I was listening to y'all stream and as well as watching the game at the same time. So my Cowboys family, y'all kick it off. Y'all start it off, man, and we'll y'all can take over. Y'all take over the show. We'll just kind of chime in.
I mean, honestly, not the biggest news, of course. The number one news, Mike McCarthy. The last roundtable we had, Mike McCarthy was just coming in for his interview, and we kind of touched on our thoughts on that. But, I mean, let's just kind of talk about it. Obviously, I'm pretty optimistic. I'm excited about most of the moves he's made. I think it's a good sign that he was excited about Kellen Moore. I know we haven't touched on that on our channel too much, but I think it's good that he was excited about Kellen Moore and what he did, because it shows the fact that Kellen Moore, while he did have his issues, does have potential and did help, elevate this offense. And,
we just don't know if that's going to be a Jerry Jones push, or is that a true thing that McCarthy might believe? But we'll discuss that in here. I mean, I want to touch all these things. The staff. The fact, the choice in itself of Mike McCarthy, and I really want to hear from everybody else. But again, because we've spoken about this a lot on our channel, My Cowboys Family, and gotta hear the roundtable's kind of 2 cents on this. But when it comes to Mike McCarthy, let's go back a little bit before that, because the last roundtable was on the eve of the announcement of Jason Garrett getting fired officially, right? So we hadn't really talked about that, obviously. And again, I think we could go past it real quick. We all love the fact that he's out of here, in the sense that it was time to move on, way overboard, way over the time it should have been when he was already gone from the Cowboys. But when you turn the page and you look at the next choice, you had the Lincoln Rileys, you had the Urban Meyers and that kind of group of guys that were the college group. McDaniel, of course. Then that's the college side. You had Josh McDaniels and some other coordinators that are still never really had, most of them. I mean, McDaniels had, but the other guys who hadn't really had coordinator, head coach experience. And then you continue looking at things. We brought in Marvin Lewis for an interview. When you look at it all, and of course, Mike McCarthy, they loved them, they hired them, and the rest of the story. We know the story, but I just wanted to kind of go through the background of that, kind of the progression where we left off last time on the roundtable. And now that we have Mike McCarthy, now that it's official, of course, he's on the team. He's the head coach. He has some criticisms. I would like to know what you guys think about that. But I guess we could take it step by step. So, how would you guys want to start with this? 'Cause I would say I want to know your initial thoughts on Mike McCarthy, and then what are your thoughts now after a couple of days of seeing the kind of staff he's putting together? Also with the press conference with Jerry Jones, these are, I mean, we can answer them in parts, but another kind of side question to this would be, how do you feel about him being, and Jerry Jones, the connection with those guys? And, do you believe Mike McCarthy and his analytics? Do you believe that Jerry Jones will not put his hands involved in this thing? As we know he's going to be involved, but he's going to be as involved as he was with Garrett. Is he going to be pushing his thing? I want to know what you guys think about all those questions.
Football news, you want to go first or you want me to? Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. You know what? I've made videos about this. This is the, like I've been saying over and over, this is the I think season or we hope. See, right now we're in the we hope season. You bringing up the Jerry Jones thing about him not right now. It kind of seems like he's putting on the facade of like he's going to hang back and let this guy come in and take her. This is exactly what I wanted as a new coach to come in, is to like, hey, I want this guy. Oh, I don't want that guy. I want this guy. I want that guy. That's what Jimmy Johnson did back in the day. But back then we were in a rebuild process, so they had to kind of do that. It kind of went with the process. Batteries were kind of included on that. But in this situation, you already got still kind of a pretty good team. They just need to bring the right guys in here to coach these guys to get them over the hump. What he's doing, I like it. If Jerry's allowing him to do this, that's fine. Obviously, he is right now. Now, I don't know. Like I say, we can speculate, and the season is right now, as we speak, it's still going. And we haven't even gotten the offseason yet, technically the offseason. The Super Bowl, for God's sakes, hasn't even kicked off yet. We don't even know who's going to be in the Super Bowl. But anyway, from this point to that, to back in training camp, mini camp, let's see how it'll go. I'm glad that just put yourself in Mike McCarthy's shoes. You got to remember, he's trying to get his people in here, the people that he's comfortable. Just like with you and your job, you want to work with people that's going to make it comfortable for you. You want to bring guys in that you've had success with that's positive, and that could be a positive influence on all this young talent that we got, that we still have pretty much on this team. You want to bring these guys along for the ride to see if they can make some things happen. Because obviously what we have, it didn't work. It hasn't worked. I just learned that John Kitna was, they're trying to get rid of him, and he's trying to get a new quarterbacks coach in here. And I thought he did a pretty good job with that. But it doesn't matter, man. When you can go back and find somebody you want a Super Bowl with and bring him on or whatever, I'm all for it, man. Like I say, the change is a coming in Dallas. That's my new saying. A change is a coming, goddammit, because this is what this team needs. It's all about change. It's all about progressing with time. And we need this. The players need this. I don't care who you like. It's not about the players anymore. It's not about them at all. It's about what's best for them. That's it. It's not about, I like this guy, let's keep him in. I get that. I get a good relationship and all that stuff. Nah, man, you need somebody you really kind of scared of or going to be afraid of, or somebody that's going to stay on your ass every time. Even when you do good, they still on your ass. That's what these players need. They need coaches to come in here and not be their homeboys. We're trying to get rid of that homeboy mentality. We're trying to get rid of that. We're trying to push that aside, because that's what's got us looking at on our couches right now, watching the playoffs. That homeboy mentality. We're trying to get rid of that. We're trying to get guys in here that want to coach, put our friendship and all that shit aside. Hey, man, you fucking up. I'm gonna put somebody else in that won't fuck up. So that's what we need. I'm feeling pretty good about what's going on now. I don't know what else. I had to step out. I'm sorry, I had to step out. My brother-in-law, my wife's brother came by, and I had to see him off. But yeah, man, that's just my view on everything that's going on. Football news, you got anything, man? I'm sorry if I talk too long.
No, brother, you're good. It's the round table, baby. There ain't no such thing as talking too long. Well, let's see. There's so much, man, that it's like the Cowboys were in my brain with this. I didn't want a collegiate coach. And on Freaky Friday, when we did that round table with Space Cowboy and all of us, on Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel, I said Mike McCarthy, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Josh McDaniels. And I said, no collegiate coaches. The Cowboys were in my brain. And the whole Kellen Moore thing, Mike McCarthy is picking his own staff. Jerry Jones just in the back seat right now. He's saying, Mike McCarthy, I've been driving this ship on myself for 25 years. I let a puppet in here for 9 of those 25 years. You know what? Maybe it is time for me to step back and let somebody else who has NFL experience. And I think the reason why he didn't let Jason Garrett do that, because he was on the job coaching. That's why it seemed like Jerry Jones had his hands in the pie probably more than any other time under the Jason Garrett regime, because Jason Garrett was learning on the go. And right now, Mike McCarthy, you look at his record, you look at his playoff resume. Jerry Jones has the confidence in Mike McCarthy to make these moves. Hell, the Cowboys might switch to a 3-4 defense for all we know. That's confidence because we didn't switch. When we switched to the 4-3 defense, we brought in Monty Kiffin, who was 100 years old, and we brought in Rod Marinelli, that was 110 years old. So they brought in they brought in pieces that had experience to transition to that 4-3 defense. That's why they're allowing Mike McCarthy to bring in whoever he wants. And speaking of Kellen Moore, I said you put Kellen Moore with Sean Payton, you put Kellen Moore with Andy Reid, he's going to be successful. I missed the name. My apologies. You put a name, you put Kellen Moore with a guy like Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore can only climb that ladder to success, because 9 years under OJT did not work. Go ahead, 1980.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just like I said before you went. I'm just glad to change. I'm just glad Jerry's kind of stepping back. This is what we all kind of wanted, so we really can't be. None of us can really be upset about what's going on about change. The players need it. The fan base definitely needs it, and it's just good for Dallas. It's just good for what they're doing and what they're trying to do. I think Jerry feels that we're right there, and I think we still have some players that can put us right there. Because I'm looking at the playoffs, I'm looking at these games, and I'm kind of going back. I'm writing down notes. I'm drawing up plays. I got like a little notepad that I got in there. My wife is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just drawing up defenses. I'm looking at different defenses that are being used out there. I know there's other teams and other defensive coaches, but I'm just trying to see what the best fit for our guys, because it never was done. It never was. Yeah, I'm seeing adjustments. I'm seeing guys that want to play. I love the playoffs, man, because I've heard this term used before. It lets you know who are the contenders are and who are the pretenders. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on Baltimore's nutsacks. They're going to win the Super Bowl and all that stuff. But look at them now. They're struggling now. They're playing against a real good defense, and they've contained them. You know what I'm saying? So defense really shows teams true colors. You can do. It don't matter what you do in the regular season. It all counts. It all counts in the playoffs, and that's where it counts. So Tennessee, man, I don't know. They might they look really good, but I like what I'm seeing with Dallas. I hope they keep it up. Obviously they're probably going to keep Kellen Moore, and I can understand why they want to do that, because Kellen Moore is he's just a rookie, just 1 year, just a rookie. So I think he really had a lot of creative plays. You could tell they were a lot of the same plays, but they were just lined up in motions and pre-snap drills, motions and stuff like that to kind of disguise. And that's all it is. That's all the new, young, innovative coaches are doing. They're old school plays. They're just, making them look like new plays. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not even worried about, I know you guys touched on the draft and who we want, all that stuff. I'm not really worried about the draft too much. The only part of the draft I'm worried about is defense, because y'all seeing right now, especially in this Baltimore game, and I keep saying this over and over, and I know 1,000 other people, 1 million other people have said this, defense wins championships. Look at the Tennessee Titans. They're not a flashy offensive team. They got a hell of a running back who's the leading rusher and who has the best offensive line in football, I think. They need to stop saying Dallas has the best offensive line in football, because we don't. We haven't had that line since 2014. So, and they haven't been the same since 2016. So I think in the draft, offensive line and defense. I really don't give a damn about offense because you see we need offense, trust me, but you see what it's doing right now. It's stopping the best quarterback. Well, they said the best quarterback, the best running quarterback in the league. They're making them look real generic right now. So you see how good a defensive mind needs, and it wins ball games. I'm telling you, because it keeps your offense out on the field. 3 and out, boom. I kept saying it over and over and over. This team needs that, man. And we weren't able to do anything on offense because we didn't have a defense. Defense is what it is, man. I'm just, you know me, I'm a defensive guy. So but my Cowboys fan, y'all got anything, man?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I do have a question, or I guess another question regarding this team, more specific. When it comes to McCarthy's kind of mindset and his game plan, he took a year off of coaching right after he got fired in December of last year, 2018. He got fired from Green Bay. Then he had an issue with Aaron Rodgers. Everyone's talking about that, but not many people are making I guess talking about the fact of the root issue in that, which was the fact that the GM for them, I think his name was Ted Thompson, was constantly not allowing him to kind of build his team. The first 10 years he was there, he was able to have choices and have a little bit of input with the front office. And then with this Ted Thompson guy who came in, started to interfere with things. And then, as you can see, things got a little bit kind of fell down, and then to a point where it degraded to an argument with Aaron Rodgers, an issue with him, massages and all that stuff. So does that concern you if DTFN comes back on here? Does that concern you, along with the fact that his offense kind of got stale? Because I think it's because of that background, because of this issue that happened with the general manager in Green Bay. But the issue in Green Bay with the general manager, the issue with Aaron Rodgers, and then the stale offense. The whole year he took off, he's been studying analytics. Has a 14-man team of guys. Of a lot of these guys are going to be put onto this team. Jim Haslett, another guy, probably going to come in as a linebackers coach. So he's getting some of these guys around him that are veteran guys, veteran head coaches, even if they were just interim coaches, which a lot of the guys already on our staff are. I think 6 out of the 7 are former head coaches. So with the analytics side of things, and the veteran experience, stubbornness that comes along with that, which we hate in Dallas, which we've complained about it. And now, as DCFN touched on it, Kellen Moore is one of the guys I can think that help keep him in the analytics kind of mindset, keep him on track, because he might get back to his stubborn ass ways. What do you guys think about his offensive scheme that got old, stale, and now he took a year off, got analytics involved in it, keeping Kellen Moore in offense? What do you foresee coming from this?
I think he was with Green Bay for a long time. They won a Super Bowl together. And a lot of players tend to think, especially when you got a quarterback as arrogant as Aaron Rodgers. He's a great quarterback, don't get me wrong. Probably the best quarterback in today's game, arguably. But you get a lot of quarterbacks that get big-headed, and they be on the commercials, and they start thinking that shit don't stink. So they start thinking that, oh, okay, well, I know more than the coach does. And, when you've been with a team over 10 years, it starts to get stale, especially, with the same offensive coordinator, same playbook and things like that. That's probably why he had to realize he had to step away from the game, because he wanted to come back fresh. He wanted to study, get better, see what he needed to work on and things like that, analytic part of it, And like you said, Kellen Moore is, perfect guy for that. And I just think that it was time for him to, finally come back. He wanted to take a year off just to kind of regroup and gather himself. And he felt that this was a good time, a good opportunity with the Dallas Cowboys to come back and do something special with us. Because we're, like Jerry says, we're knocking at the door. And but that's all I got on that. That's just my opinion about that. I just think anybody, if you've been with the same team for years and, you got a Super Bowl, you can't ask for anything better than that. I know you want to win more than one, but it just depends, man. It depends on the coaching staff behind you, who's talking, who's not. It's so many things, so many different ways you can look at that. Football News, what you got on that, man? If you heard the question.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
My Cowboys family.
Yeah, no. The question was basically with his year away because he got fired because he had an old offensive scheme. You know, it was predictable, stale, old. And then you had, the issue with the issue with the front office is kind of not talked about too much before the Aaron Rodgers thing, where they did not let him. He was involved with making decisions up for 10 years of his first 10 years in Green Bay, and then the last 3, he wasn't really as allowed to be involved in things. They bombed on drafts. They didn't get free agents he wanted, and they kind of fizzled out. And the issues then started really getting bad with Aaron Rodgers. So. Again, I'm not concerned about these things, but I want to know what your thoughts are with that mindset he has. He's known as stubborn. He has that stale offense. Took a year off, self-evaluated himself, went this analytics route with 14-man squad, a bunch of former head coaches and brains of the NFL, teaming up now with Kellen Moore. I gave you props on that earlier to make sure, because you did bring him up, and him with a true guide as a teacher like McCarthy, that's going to add the analytics side to his mind and things, along with this 14-man squad, who also is part of his coaching staff. Like Jim Haslett's going to be, I think he's going to be a linebackers coach coming on here. He's one of the, again, they have like 6, they're going to have like 6 head coaches, former head coaches in some way on this squad. So the old school thinking and those old coaches and the veteran and the experience, along with some of these analytics. How do you feel about it? Do you think he'll stick with this? Do you think that McCarthy will stick with this?
I'll start off with there's not a lot of coaches that stick with the franchise for 10 years. And you leave a bag of chips open. I mean, they're going to go stale. You can't leave that bag. You can't leave that bag open forever.
Good one. Oh.
And things just got stale. Things got super stale with Jason Garrett. That year off, we'll see. What that year off did for him, but a fresh start for everybody. Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy, the Jones family. Whatever. Jason Garrett might take a year off. He's not getting no calls right now, so I think I'm not looking too big into that last 3 years, because sometimes your time's just overdue, and he brought a championship, to Green Bay. So I'm sure it was hard for them to part ways with him and get it over with after 13 years. We've seen how hard it was to get rid of Jared after 9. Just imagine 13. And what the coach that won a Super Bowl for that franchise. But I think it was a great thing that he took the year off, guys. And if you didn't watch the Mike McCarthy project, NBC Sports on YouTube has it on there, and it's a 35-minute documentary. I suggest you watch it if you haven't watched it already. Get to know your new coach is what I'm trying to say there. And I think
exactly.
I think he's rejuvenated. He looks fresh, and I'm not focused on the draft right now. We still got free agency. We got 28 free agents that we're going to be letting go potentially. So the draft right now, it's there. Obviously, it's there, but it's in the back of my mind right now because he still has to fill in that coaching staff. Yeah. He has to, Dak, Amari have to get signed, and I still say franchise tag Dak. Let Mike McCarthy work with him for 1 year. And I'm going to give Dak a chance with Mike McCarthy because, let's see, he had Wade Wilson, quarterback coach. He had Kellen Moore, quarterback coach. John Kitna, quarterback coach. Now he's going to get a new one. If he can't pick these minds of 4 different coaches with a new head coach, with a new offense that's supposed to be quarterback friendly, give him this 1 year, franchise tag him, and we'll know what Dak Prescott is about with Mike McCarthy in 1 year.
Yeah. I actually, I
think you made a great point about the stale chips thing, because think about the greatest coach of all time, Tom Landry. Love him, much respect, but the reason that, he did eventually leave is because he got stale at least here. So maybe McCarthy, not only, like you said, DCFN, he took that year to kind of refresh himself, but maybe Dallas is kind of the new breath of fresh air where he has, some new pieces to play with. I know you kind of laugh behind the scenes about, there's some sensational headlines out here, guys, about someone saying basically like, oh, Dak's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. Like, no, he's not going to be the next Aaron Rodgers, but he doesn't need to be in order for this team to win. right? I mean, you said it, 1980, defense wins championships, right? Tannehill right now is like 7 for 14. Like he's got horrible stats.
Derrick Henry
but they're still winning.
Look at the
The point
stats.
is that we don't, we're not trying to rewrite history here. We're just trying to make our own. And I think that McCarthy right now, it is kind of a good attitude change too, because the mentality of this team was missing something. Like outside of everything, like this team needed a mental wake-up call. So
yeah, I mean, after the year gone, right? And I think
great points by both of you. By
I mean, everyone covered so much, and I just kind of fill in the another point here, I guess, that I believe why I am trusting Mike McCarthy in this situation. I know Jerry Jones is going to be involved, and I've heard Mike McCarthy already knows he's going to be involved. It's not like he's going in and he's going to get pissed off like Bill Parcells did when he gets involved, when Stephen Jones gets involved. So he knows what he's getting involved with, but he also knows sometimes listen, I need to do this, I need to do that, like you're seeing right now, at least initially. And now when it comes to McCarthy and his year away and his analytics move here, why would he go? I have a question. This is a rhetorical, but why would he go to the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the number one sports franchise in the world, right, in the universe, and go to this team on this stage, talking about analytics, making this video, getting this 14-man squad, and then shit in the brick, right? Just shit in the bed. And just
on the biggest platform you can possibly do.
There's no reason why he would like con him. A lot of people say he's trying to con his way in. I mean, obviously he's trying to talk himself up, and he believes in himself, but he has the track record, right? So to me, this guy's not going to try to just get into a team and then con them and get money. He's in there he loves football. That's his passion. So I believe he is going to. He just needs. I think he also knows he's stubborn, and he needs Kellen Moore to guide him back to balanced offense and maybe not go so pass happy. Also, you got the analytics team to help balance out some of the gut, instinct that some of these veteran head coaches do have.
Gotta kind of call you out there. If we're waiting for Kellen Moore to balance out a pass happy offense, we're going to be waiting a damn long time because what he needs to do is balance our run game with that pass happy offense. But I know what you're trying to say.
But McCarthy's he's so pass happy, but he's also predictable. You can throw in some twists and turns and wrinkles from. I know we said this last year, but with Kellen Moore being guided by McCarthy, that's the difference there. That's the difference. And again, the offensive line coach, his name is what's his name? Jim Philbin, I think. Philbin. Joe Philbin, yes. Joe Philbin, yeah, he's the offensive line. That's a big pickup because that's Mike McCarthy's right hand guy.
Yeah.
So the stubbornness is still going to be laying in there, but that's where you got a little bit of the creativeness, I guess you can say, from Kellen Moore and the analytic team. And he's not going to put himself on this stage and try to and then fail. You know what I'm saying? I think he's 100% all in. And whatever it takes to win is, I believe, his mindset. So I think he's coming to this with kind of like Fian said, a breath of fresh air. Everything you guys said couldn't be said better.
Now,
than that.
I have one final question.
I don't know if 1980 had something to say. I don't know. I didn't mean to. Were you going to say something?
Well, I was just kind of co-signing on what you were saying. We gotta. What this is we thought that we were going to get a lot more from him in the on the press conferences. And I knew that they were going to be real generic because it was just an introduction and things like that. Everything's still new and fresh. As Cowboy fans, obviously we're bloggers. We want try to give people things to talk about and discuss and keep the team alive in the offseason because this team has a lot of potential and there's always something to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. But I think we have to kind of pump our brakes on the what we think that now. A coach is going to do. He's going to play his deck of cards, whatever kind of. He's going to go off his talent. His talent. What he did in the past with Green Bay. That's how they had Aaron Rodgers. So of course he was a pass happy guy then because they were a passing offense. He had one of the best quarterbacks in the game today. So and he honestly said in the press conference just recently here. He said we got to find a way to get – the only thing he really, really talked about is we got to find a way to get the ball back in Zeke's hands because he saw how quickly we went away from the run, really quick because we ran away from the run. He saw it was right there. But when you don't have a defense and you get behind, here we go back to defense again. Everything is around the defense. When you don't have a defense that can't 3 and out and get off the field and control the game, it puts your offense and they score. Their offense scores. it puts your offense in that predicament once again to pass, because you're coming from behind. I think he wants to get a balance, create a balance. And he did. He also wanted a job too. You know, he's going to say the right things to Jerry and Steven. So, because he wants a job, he wants a paycheck coming in. He's moving to Dallas for God's sake. So, he's uprooting his family and everything. But like I say, guys, this is still all new and premature. So I don't want us to take. I'm not saying that you guys or none of us are doing this, but I don't want us to take this and get ahead of the game because the game hasn't started yet. We don't know what this guy's going to. He's still got to. Everybody, there's nobody at the facilities right now. Everybody's still, they out partying, they on vacation, you know, they're doing their own thing. So he doesn't even really know what he has just yet. Only thing he knows, they're probably watching film. That's probably, but personally, physically, he doesn't know what he has just yet. And until then, right now, like Football News just said, they're getting their coaching staff together, getting his boys, getting his army ready. To get ready for battle, to get ready to teach the privates, you know, how to go into battle on the field. You got to get that first. That's the foundational part that's been missing from this team for years, guys. He's already laying that foundation. That's what I talked about. I need a coach to come in here and say, hey, I need this guy gone. No, I don't want him. Yeah, I'll keep him. Let me keep him. Everything that he sees that went wrong, guys not looking back, guys not turning their heads, guys not wrapping up. Basic fundamental things. We got to get that old school coach that are innovative. They're old school, but they're innovative though. They know how to adjust on the fly. They don't wait till after the game. They don't wait till halftime or after the game to adjust to what's going on. They adjust, boom, right then and there. See, all this don't bend, don't break shit, that's gone. That Marinelli shit, that's gone. Chris Richard shit, probably about to be gone too. I want him gone too. I want everybody gone. This is what we all wanted. So we shouldn't be shocked. We shouldn't be surprised. It really shouldn't even be nothing to talk about. But, you know, we're going to talk about it. But this is what we all wanted. We wanted somebody to come in here and just clean house. And that's what he's doing. That's the first step of a head coach. That's the first step. This is damn near a rebuilding process, seriously. But without the players just yet. We still got to go through free agency, the draft, you know what I'm saying? The combine, all that shit. So it's really, really premature. And I'm really interested to see how this draft is going to be once we find out what he got. They're going down the roster. Okay, this guy can do this. This guy can do that. This guy stays hurt a lot. This guy needs to retire. This guy needs to retire. And you know what I'm talking about, Witten and Lee. They need to retire because they're fucking up the development of the other players. Just get this guy out here, man. Force him to retire. He could be a coach or something. We need a guy to come in and do that shit because what we've had for 10 years was good job, guys. Good job. That ain't getting the job done, man. That's why we on our couch now watching the damn playoffs because good job, guys. Good job. I don't know why the hell it took 10 years for them to figure that shit out, that shit didn't work. But look here, we all watching the game on the couch right now, watching the playoffs, watching other teams in there. And like, damn, we could have done that. Damn, we could have did that. All we had to do was wrap up. Damn, I just saw I know they just lost Baltimore quarterback. I know they just lost, but I just saw him. He was under pressure and he threw the ball underhanded. He adjusted. He was like, oh shit. He had it up like this and he went to the side because they were coming for his ass. And he said, I need Dak Prescott to do shit like that. I need somebody to teach Dak Prescott when he's on his way down or getting hurried, get rid of the damn ball. You're holding the damn ball too long. Ain't no sense of holding. This ain't a Cabbage Patch Kid. This ain't my buddy. Wherever I go, we go type shit. Get your ass, get out there, make a decision real quick because we ain't got time for you to get a concussion and get hurt. If not, we're going to get somebody else in there that can. Bottom line, this is how I want this guy to be. Jerry Jones, get your ass out the way. Bottom line, I'm just saying.
No, and real quick, because people started freaking out in the comment section when I said franchise tag Dak Prescott. And someone said in there, franchise tag still counts against the cap. Really? Wow. Didn't know that. Thanks for that info. But no, people read into headlines too much. You know, Stephen Jones just came out and said, we got to land the plane on Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper with getting a long-term deal done. They've been saying this for a year and a half now, and the deal ain't done. Don't read in to headlines, fellas, because Dak Prescott, come March, I guarantee you they're going to slap the franchise tag on him. Remember, Dez was going to be with the team. Dez got cut. Remember, Tony Romo was going to be the starter when he gets healthy. He never got the starting position back. Do not read headlines, fellas. And thank you. I did not know franchise tags count against the salary cap. Thank you.
Oh no! Hey, listen, you guys honestly making some fantastic points, and it kind of leads me to like the next kind of, I guess you could say, topic related to McCarthy. And as much as we can get to this, but we're not talking draft. We're talking about our players we have now. Retaining some of these guys that are out there, like the Quinns, like the Cobbs. Are we going to do that? Of course, we all know that one way or the other, Dak is going to be on this team, whether with a franchise tag or a long-term deal. Amari Cooper. I mean, we really are going to give away a first-round pick for a year-and-a-half rental? I just don't see those things happening. So these guys, I expect them to be on this team based on logic, based on the salary cap, based on all these on the draft picks that we gave away, whatever it may be.
I'm curious to see how much influence McCarthy has on some of these contracts, in the sense of, like, let's say McCarthy goes in there, like we signed McCarthy for 5 years. McCarthy might go in there and say, look, I'm not doing this without Dak. So what are you going to do, Cowboys? And I'm not saying franchise tagging Dak still isn't the move or it doesn't make sense. Just saying that McCarthy might be a bigger push for the Cowboys to say, all right, let's forget this franchise tag nonsense and let's try to work out something long-term. Or, again, with some of these other players, Byron Jones is kind of a big question mark to me. McCarthy probably will be the one saying whether Byron Jones gets tagged, gets an offer, or ends up walking. Because at the end of the day, he's the one who's going to decide, okay, Byron Jones is a guy worth keeping. Now, so I'm just saying that overall with some of these guys, it'll be interesting to see how it happens. But I think Byron Jones to me is the biggest. And what will he do? But I'm still curious to see if it affects Amari Cooper or Dak's contract at all.
No, and it does. And that's a great point you make about Byron Jones, because to me, we have to find out who our defensive backs coach is going to be still. But the key here is Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator. We don't know if we're going to go 3-4-4-3 yet. If you're going to make a turn, as DCFN said, we got 28 guys, but like 18 of those guys are on defense.
Exactly.
So, offense, we're pretty set. We know what the gist of the offense is. That's why McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Philbin, we're good in that situation. We're good there.
Moves that need to be made, but when you think about what do we do on defense,
there's a lot of turnover there. There's going to be a lot of guys we can keep guys and not keep guys. Quinn. You go Jeff Heath. You got Byron Jones. I can keep going. I'm not, but you can keep going. There's a whole interior line. Malik Collins, Antoine Woods is a restricted free. You can keep going. So we don't know what the moves are going to be made, but Mike Nolan is a no nonsense kind of coach. He was on the sidelines with the suit. Remember that when he was the Niners for 3 or 4 years, whatever. And he's out there. He's his defenses get turnovers. Last time he was defensive coordinator was with the Falcons, 2012 to 15, I think. And he got 47, I think it was 3 years he was with them, 46 interceptions they got. In those 3 years, the worst year they had was 10. The Cowboys, last time we had over 10 interceptions was 2014. I mean, that's like last year.
That was good. I'm glad you looked that up. That was good.
Yeah. So you see that what he's going to bring to this team is a more aggressive defense, whichever style we go, 3-4-4-3. He's going to bring, and so all these things are going to decide the fate of some of these guys like Byron Jones. So I think Mike Nolan to McCarthy and then to Jerry Jones as they kind of, because that's a we decision now. Remember that, which even though it feels bad for us with Jerry Jones kind of being involved in a way, we know he's going to be involved. The key is McCarthy never in his last 3 years with Green Bay never had any involvement. So
support
right?
Either from the front office,
he's got so McCarthy has full support and some involvement with the front office. That's key for the Cowboys going forward and his coaching staff and these players. We got to decide on. What do you guys think about these players out there on our team? We got to make decisions on, like the Cobbs. He's going to probably stay now with McCarthy in house. We'll see what happens. And a whole bunch of others.
Cobb is going to stay. I got a feeling he's going to stay because that's McCarthy's boy. Had him back in the day, so. He's probably going to stick around. But, defense, oh, my God, there's going to be so many changes of this defensive, the players, period. First, they got to see, well, obviously, I'm pretty sure he's watching film. Defensive coordinator Nolan, I'm pretty sure he's watching film right now as we speak and seeing all the mistakes that are being made over and over. I know if I see the same mistakes every week, if you guys are seeing the same mistakes every week with the damn defense, and I know him being a defensive guy probably longer than I've been alive, he's damn sure seeing the same mistakes every week with his defense. Bring it on. I'm glad you brought up that spot. I mean, that stat, because that was a stat that everybody needed to hear. Because there's no getting around. There's no getting around having a good defense. You can't get around that shit because it wins ball games. You saw the game that just went off. That was our defense. I'm sorry, it just was. The quarterback only had 88 yards passing. I mean, come on now. So you cannot get around having a good defense. See, what we've been having for 6, 7, 8, 10 years was a conservative, don't give up the big play defense. That's what we've been having. Nothing aggressive about it. Oh, they blitz at time, and sometimes they'll get there. There's that sound again, that sound. That's what kind of defense we had. So if anybody asks you what kind of defense the Dallas Cowboys had, just say, and they'll know what the hell you're talking about, because that's what they for the past 10 years, man.
Do it again.
I can't hit football.
Do it again.
I just if somebody asks you what kind of defense we've had for the past 10 years, just say, and they'll know what the hell to say. I mean, there's been times where the quarterback could take a damn nap back there without nobody getting to him at all. I'm seeing guys in the playoffs right now that get into the quarterback. They shut down they shut down for Baltimore. They shut his ass down, made him look like a generic quarterback. And I'm gonna keep saying that over and over and over. And I don't care if you don't like me, because I don't like Baltimore. I like the underdog. Nobody thought Tennessee could do anything, and Tennessee was just coming up, man. But anyway, yeah, man, this guy needs to come in here. And all these missed tackles, all these arm tackles, he's got a lot of work to do. I hope he's ready to work. Because these guys you getting right now, all they do is bullshit on the sidelines and swipe and all kind of shit, miss tackles. All they do, they don't look back at. I can tell you, I got a list right here of what these players don't do on defense, and I can tell you straight up, they don't tackle, they don't wrap up. Everything that you taught your grade schooler, they don't do none of that. They don't tackle, they don't wrap up, they don't look back, they don't play on the ball, pass interference all day long. Everything that can possibly go wrong is this Dallas Cowboy defense. And that's why right now, I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to get tired of saying this, because I want y'all to see how it feels to watch other teams in the playoffs and your team at the crib. Our team is at home, and we on the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? So this is how it feels to be losing. So right now, all the coaches that we have, all the coaches that we've just signed, they actually losing too, because they signed to a losing organization. I don't give a damn what's going on right now, but they signed on to a losing organization. That's where we've been for 25 years. So I hope they ready. I hope they got their pen and pad. I hope they got eraser-made pens, washable crayons, whatever. I hope they got it all, man, because this has been a fucked up organization for a long time, and they got a lot of fucking work to do, because we got a lot of punk-ass 65 players that want to get paid before they even win a championship. As Beat, as Dak, as Coop, as D-Law with his big punk ass. And I hope to God that they get this video somehow. I tell them in their face, I'm telling you, man, we tired of this shit. And y'all, whoever we getting in here, I don't want no shit, because we've been dealing with shit for 25 years, and a lot of Cowboy fans ain't been born that long. So if you don't like what I'm saying in the comment section, I don't give a goddamn. I really don't. I'm not gonna lose any damn sleep. Football news not gonna lose no sleep. Beyonce not gonna lose no sleep. Beyonce not gonna lose no sleep. This is what we've been dealing with. Game over. I'm tired. Let's get this show on the road. I wish the season started tomorrow, because they got so much. They don't even deserve a damn vacation. Bullshit they've been putting us through. I'm sorry, man. This is bullshit. Dog.
Hey, I have some good news for you, 1980. Before DCFN takes over, some great news for you. This Mike Nolan, linebackers coach with the Saints last year. I think they got allowed 2 years ago. He was with them for 2 years. He was the one of the main guys on the defense, the run game defense. 87 missed tackles and 86 missed tackles. That was like second. And hold on. That's second and third best in the NFL. The Cowboys had 150 missed tackles this year. So this guy knows how to make sure these guys fucking tackle. That's it. That's big. Mike Nolan, Get your ass together in there. And get what these other teams did, make sure you do it for our team. We
And
need
Randolph, they're called it a rubber ducky defense, by the way. So there you go.
Sorry, DCF fan, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
No. Well, the other thing I was going to say is that rant got me fired up, and I got to thinking, and I forgot. Antoine Woods is a dumbass, and I'll tell you why he's a dumb. Someone asked me, why is Antoine Woods a dumbass? Somebody ask me that question, please.
Why, dog?
Why is he a dumbass?
That dumbass wore a Hot Boys hat to make a good impression on his new head coach. You are stupid. So no one gives two fucks about Hot Boys. You sitting at home 8-8 looking ass. You can't even stay healthy, and you're only going to wear a Hot Boys hat and meet your new head coach? That shit's in the trash.
My God, that's crazy, man. That DCFN, he's a fool, man. Hey, I can't talk no more, man. I'm done. I'm. If you got another question, I go. But that's pretty much covers the whole goddamn. I'm pretty sure everybody can agree how I feel, man. They got a hell of a job. I'm telling you, man. They got a hell of a job. See, they signed on the dotted line, but they don't know what's over that dotted line, man. I'm telling you. Because there's a lot of cats on this team, man. You see, Football News just said this dude wear a Hot Boys hat. Really? Come, dog, he don't care about that shit, man. Say, dog. Get your ass on with all that, man. He don't care about that, dog. Your performance on the field is what makes you hot, not a damn hat.
Isn't it great to know that we have a coach that also thinks that way, right? Instead of a coach that says, "Oh, nice Hot Boys hat." What's the Hot Boys
Looking
about?
good, Antoine.
Yeah, no, he ain't saying that shit. McCarthy's like, get the fuck out with that shit. Yeah, right. We're good, man. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I hope not just us here on the panel. Great panel, by the way, but also everybody watching on both channels. So, everyone's subbing up to everybody else, all that good stuff. But seriously, guys, this was a needed discussion, at least the first glimpses, I believe, and which route we're going here. We don't know what scheme they're going to run exactly on this side and that. We have some clues, though, with these guys that we're bringing in, like the Mike Nolans. Even though he's still a mystery, he might be running some hybrid defense. I'm hoping something like this. We can keep the defenses guessing. By the way, Mike McCarthy, his offense, up-tempo. Who's that going to help? He said one of the first things he said in one of the interviews was that play action, he's got to do more play action with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
This is music to my motherfucking ears.
Yeah.
Stick to it. I have to see it, though, before I believe it. You know what I mean? I'm hearing it, but I got to see it with my eyes.
Yeah.
So that's what McCarthy.
I guess this is all I got to say. And then we can go do our outros or whatever. But this is what I got to say here. I watch Foster King and Cowboys blog. They do the Cowboys huddle every once in a while. They chop it up pretty heavy on there. And Foster King said this: some players are brainwashed by Jason Garrett, and some players won't be able to handle a new philosophy to get that brain cleansed. They're still going to be under a Jason Garrett attitude, and that ain't going to work under a new regime leading the pack by Mike McCarthy, all right? So some players that we know and love might get traded, released, because they are brainwashed by Jason Garrett. Keep that in mind, folks. You might hate Mike McCarthy because he's gonna do some shake and bake, and you might not like the ride. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be one for the ages. It's a new day. It's a new day. Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube. Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook. DCF News 1 on Twitter. Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, The Frisco Report. Guys, follow that. And we hit some good shit on that mother lover there. And if you're man enough to talk X's and O's, slide in my Mike McCarthy cruise like a hoe.
Football News, appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's a true statement. A lot of players don't like to adjust to new coaching. It's almost like a new parent coming in, a foster parent or something, adopted you, and now you gotta, you still you're living in their roofs, and you got to do what they say, kind of the same grounds. And I'm like Jimmy Johnson, man. If I'm a coach, I'm not here for you to like me. You ain't gotta like me, but you gotta perform out there on that field. I'm gonna make you so uncomfortable to lose, because these players think losing is okay. They really do. You see them after the game, they be chopping it up and taking pictures and selfies and shit. I'm like, say, man, we just lost. The most important thing isn't losing to them. They think losing is, it's okay. We get that check, man. We'll be all right, man. Shit, that's all they care about. It's a new generation of athlete, man. They want that money first. They want to make sure they get paid first, and they can take care of their homeboys. They can take care of their families and their sisters and their baby mamas and the baby mamas on that side and all that stuff. They want to be able to do all that, so they can be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I got money. I got this. Yeah, yeah, man. So say, man, it ain't about that, dog. Ask Jerry Rice and them. I remember I said this a million times, but after when they beat us in the Super Bowl in '94. Steve Young went to the lockers to clean out the lockers at the end of the season. And he, out of the corner of his eye, he looked and saw somebody out there running routes. And it was Jerry Rice. After winning a Super Bowl, Jerry Rice was out there running routes by himself, just running hills and all that stuff. And, I was like, wow. That's next level type, maturity type next level. I mean, I'm focused on one thing. I know we're going to play the Dallas Cowboys again because it was always us and the 49ers. So I want to be ready next year. It don't stop here. You get what I'm saying? These players, you barely can get them to practice. You get what I'm saying? You got motherfucker holding out. They in Cabo and all this shit, thinking they shit don't stink and come back and they lost a couple of steps and all this stuff and they dropping balls and they fumbling and like, I wonder why he's not the same. Well, that's got a lot to do with it because he got his ass over there for no reason. Like I said, I would have grabbed his ass by the face. I would have got a damn lineman, one of them big ass linemen, and say, hey, man, put my O.J. Simpson gloves on. Like, hey, where's Zeke at? I need your ass. We need you, man. Come on back, dog. Come on. We ain't won no championship yet, bro. Get your ass back here, man. Get on that plane ticket already paid off. Let's go. Stop bullshitting, man. Leave these girls alone. Leave these damn cameramen. Ain't no football players in Cabo. You can't get the right training that you need. Get your ass back here. But these new players, man, that's all they about. And it's unfortunate, but that's what exists now. And we gotta get a coach in here that can figure out how to, reverse it, how to make them get back on win first, have fun second. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope these coaches can do that because they got a hell of a job. It ain't just coming in and, we're going to do this. Yeah, run here, run there. Nah, man, y'all got some they got some canceling to do too. Not just practice in football. These cats brainwashed this Jerry. 25 years is a long time to bullshit. It is. It just is, man. So there's canceling involved too. They're going to have to get some psychiatrists, hire some psychiatrists and everything. Motherfuckers that work in Gotham Asylum and all that stuff, bring them down too. You get what I'm saying? Because we're going to need all the help we can get because I said this, same thing Foot said. I said 2-3 weeks ago, I said these players are still on this bad habits.
Yeah, I'll say 1980. Remember, we actually played. I actually played an interview with Ezekiel Elliott before I knew he was going to say what he said. This was about 5 or 6 weeks before the season ended. It was during that bad streak we were having there with I think the Patriots, and then maybe it was after the Bills game or something like that. But Zeke said a couple things like, well, you can't expect us to win 10 games every year. We can't win 10, 12 games every year. To me, I said at that moment on the stream, and I said it here, like you guys also agree, and we all agree. We all heard it ourselves. This team has been brainwashed. I agree with What's the King about that. This team has been fallen into a lull by Jason Garrett, and it's going to be hard for some of these guys to get their shit together. You know what I say about that? Get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out. I don't want you here.
Exactly. The ones who can change, like you said, 1980, there's going to be those who are infected, but they will adapt. They'll get over it. The brainwashing will change.
Some will see the way.
If they are in too deep, then those guys have to go. We don't have time for a loser mentality on this team. We've been losing for too goddamn long.
Yeah, and that's why I believe Zeke would be somebody who, of course, will get back on track. He's a baller. He knows his deal, but some other guys, the guys on the bubble and that kind of stuff, different story for them. They're not going to have any holdback on those guys. They're out the door if they're not ending with the McCarthy project here, repping that star for everything.
Let's be real, though. The problem is that guys like Zeke can be a little bit more comfortable because of the fact that they just got signed. Yeah. So, he wants to have a bad mentality, bad attitude for the next few years. I guess it's technically on him.
They're going to ship him up. Don't worry.
Way.
Yeah, I know, but trust me, they're going to definitely lay into him if need be, and they're going to get the right. I believe in him. And again, they're trying to get. By the way, they're trying to get this guy named Stan Drayson. He's a running backs coach from the Texas Longhorns, but he was, before that, for 2 years, he was the running backs coach for Ohio State with Ezekiel Elliott. So they're really trying hard to get him. And if they don't get him, they're saying maybe Gary Brown goes back. So either way, you got a good connection with Zeke there. At least you got somebody there that Zeke will trust. Gary Brown or the Stan Drayson guy. So we'll see what happens. But I like what this coaching staff is doing. You see, they're putting guys in place that relate to these players. That's how you win a Super Bowl in the end. Guys, you know why we do this here every single goddamn day, representing the star over everything. Over everything. We love these roundtables. Seriously, greatest panel of all. This is the roundtable. Yes. And the roundtable. Never forget why we do this each and every day here on My Cowboys Family and with the roundtable every week or so, whenever we do it.
No rubber ducky defense here, guys.
No way, guys. You know the deal here. Navy blue, silver 2, and that star over everything. Never forget, number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. Go Cowboys! Let's go, Mike McCarthy. Get these guys, put these foots in their ass, and let's go. Let's win a Super Bowl number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
My Cowboys family, man, appreciate you, man. Hey, hardest working family in Dallas Cowboy Nation, goddamn it, on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Check them out. Hell, they'll probably continue to go live after this damn roundtable. So y'all make sure y'all show them some love, man, and keep watching. Same thing with football news, man. Make sure y'all check them out, man. Checking stuff, good stuff, man. Good guy, good channel. I trust these guys. Fifth quarter Cowboys as well. He didn't show up today. He's working tonight. So stay safe out of them roads. Fifth, if you're watching, bro. Much love, man. But yeah, guys, that's about it, man. Wraps it up for the roundtable today. I appreciate y'all letting me on, letting me get in. You know, we're in the I hope season right now. So, you know, everything is opinionated. You know, nothing we says is in the Bible, guys. Don't let the internet pump you up, man. Don't let what you hear pump you up. You know, a lot of people get internet tough and all that stuff and want to agree or disagree, agree to disagree and all that stuff and get personal and all that stuff. Don't let it get that far, guys. We're just fans just like you, man. If you don't agree about something, that's fine. That's cool because everybody has a different mind, different brain. Tomorrow, it's still going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow's still going to come. An opinion, that's all it is, man. It's just opinion, nothing set in stone. It's just how we feel, what we see. I talk about what I see, what I've been seeing. I'm the wrong person to be upset with. I'm not playing. You get what I'm saying? I'm not false starting. I'm not holding. I'm not missing tackles. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just talking about what I see and how I feel about it. That's it, man. So if you got a problem with that, man, that's between you and your God. I can't help you on that. But guys, thank y'all for watching us tonight. Thank you for joining, taking the Saturday. God bless everybody in the comment section, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be a show. But, hey, make sure you stay cowboyed up. Make sure you stay prayed up because you never know what the day is going to bring you. Holla back at your boy. We out.
Peace.
Go Cowboys.